Right, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to actually be talking about art. Not really second-hand, to be honest with you, but in all fairness, I'm slowly running out of video ideas because I haven't had a chance to go charity shopping recently. I've been quite ill, not feeling too great. So, I thought I'd make a video on my art. Now, this isn't my art, this is a basketball. Um, but I thought I'd just make a video on some of the art which I've created over the past year or so. It's not all of it. Like, I've got a lot of spray paint art that isn't on here. Some of it is, but some of it isn't as well. So if you would like to see a part 2 to this video, this is literally just me just putting my artwork out there. It's not even really art. It's just stuff I make when I'm bored, pretty much. And I've got a few ideas of what I want to do, but I don't know. I might explain that later in the video. I'm just going to go through them. There's about 20 images here. I'm not going to go that in depth on them. This first one's Pikachu. I like Pokemon, as you'll see. I'm a massive Pokemon nerd. I just love everything about Pokemon. It's really... I just always loved it since I was a kid. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Here's another one. I'll tell you the inspirations quickly for him as well. So basically, this was at the start of the year where I was working on my lettering, and it's not very good, as you can see. But it was based off the ideas. I was listening to the song Cheap Thrills by Sia, and I think Sean Paul as well. Yeah, I just wanted to practice my lettering, and I thought it was some interesting lettering to try out. As you can see, it's not particularly great. I actually have got a lot better at it, to be fair, and the shading and stuff. This one is based off a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Time is money, so Time Wizard. If you've watched Yu-Gi-Oh, you kind of get it, but it's still not very good. I just drew it because I really like drawing, and I actually thought that was one of my better ones that came out. I adapted it a little bit, but that was one of my favourite drawings, which I've done in the recent times anyway. This one was based off a song, actually. I'm ashamed to say this, but I really like MGK. Well, I liked his music about 3 years ago, and that was a line that I heard in it, and I thought, let me just practice my lettering again. As you can see, the shading on this lettering is horrible, and then I drew a devil with it as well. Yeah, I thought it was a nice concept, but now looking back on it, it's really bad. This is where my lettering was a bit better. I tried doing like a skull face behind it, and the lettering just kind of overtook that. It looks cool, I like it, but it's not my best work. As you can see, the lettering and the shading has got a bit better from when I last did it. This was my first like kind of digital art piece where I created it on my iPad. Hell on Earth with some fire in the background. It's a nice concept, obviously. And I thought that's one of my favourite ones which I've actually done, in all fairness. Like, I do like that. This one, I did actually just copy this off someone on Pinterest or somewhere. So shout out to you if you know who it is, and I added the lettering above myself. But yeah, I thought it was a really sick thing, so I was just like, let me just do my own version of it. Well, it's not my own version, I pretty much copied it identically. This was a logo which I had initially created on my iPad. I thought it was quite good. Like, genuinely, I thought it was alright at the time. Now I look back on it, it is terrible. Compared to like my logo now on the channel, it is actually quite good in my opinion. This is a design which I had for a t-shirt, basically based off like the Scarface kind of font and design. And then use of like pastel colours on the peace sign and stuff like that, kind of like the contrast. This was kind of one of my first spray paint artworks where I basically did a name in spray paint. So yeah, not much I can really say about that, but this was at the point where I was testing out my spray painting like abilities and stuff like that. I then got a massive like boot shoebox, and then like tried drawing a man with a yellow balloon because I thought that would be quite a nice concept to do, and then I added the name on top of it as well just to see how it would look, and I think it is somewhere still in here. I'm not 100% sure where. The spray paint element was smelling everywhere, though it made my room smell horrible. But then I had this one, which was a book. This was one of my university books. I think I have, yeah, they're my 2 university books. So, Love is Dumb. As you can see, I was in a very emotional mood. I had the Eminem logo on there as well, the backwards E. Had a love heart on there with some like kind of space effects on, and like the Avicii logo as well, because I'm a massive fan. Same with this one, Love Yours, a sample from J. Cole's music, which I'm a massive fan of as well. I love that song. This one was based off Eye for an Eye. I tried my lettering, and as you can see, it looked a lot better. I then just basically drew a random alien form, and it looks alright. I thought it was quite good. I like the concept there. Next one was this was my first t-shirt that I ever made, which was Flower Power, and I spray painted it on, which obviously I knew that I couldn't wash it. It is somewhere in here, but I knew I couldn't wash it because obviously it just ruined. So I have actually bought some fabric paints, which I'm going to do a design, which I'm going to show later on in this video, just to explain myself on that. This was kind of my acrylic paint work where I was doing like trying out different lettering and shading and stuff like that. Again, this is one of my favourite pieces, which is an acrylic painting, which I did on some cardboard. It inspired me because I love nature, pretty much. This one as well, it looks better in person because the sky is really beautiful as well. I did the stars a bit messed up, I should have done them a bit less. But it's one of my favourite paintings again. And then this one was not a very good one, but it's one that I did on canvas. I was at a point where I just really enjoyed doing painting stuff like that, so that's why I created them. And then this last one was one of the, well, this is the one I'm probably most proud of, where I've created like an art display of all of my old Pokemon cards. Not all of them, a few of my old Pokemon cards in a portrait kind of painting sort of thing. It's not a painting, it's like I basically stuck them down and stuff like that, and I thought it looked really cool at the time, and I've still got it in my room. I love this one, and it's just something that I am really proud of, genuinely. And then the one I made last night, which I'm gonna put on a t-shirt, which is, it was grow up in a like kind of font, like a blue font, and then like with the words like never being spray painted at the top of it, pretty much. Just the, I don't even know, I just like that concept of never changing and always being your like true self. And I feel like people grow up and change who they genuinely are comparative to like what they want to be. They're just doing stuff for the sake of it. And that is one of my like dislikes about the world, is people obviously not being themselves. Like, I'm never 100% who I am. I try on this channel to be genuine and who I really am, but sometimes obviously I can't always do that. So it's hard for me, but I am going to try and make some more videos on how I'm creating clothes. I'll make a video on how I create that t-shirt with the design on and stuff, and show you how it looks as well, if you are interested in that. This is just one of them videos which is for me and to express what I love doing in my own time, and it's not particularly good in any way whatsoever. I'm 19 years old and I draw probably as well as like a 10-year-old, to be honest with you, but at the same time it is something which it's like cathartic for me and helps me deal with stuff that I'm thinking about and get my emotions down on a piece of artwork after like 3 or 4 hours of doing it and coming up with designs. So this was today's video. If you have enjoyed the video, I know it's a bit different and it won't be like this every day. We usually do videos on charity shopping here, but if you have enjoyed the video, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate you, and thank you.